All right, so let's be honest here. I am probably the most non-punctual person you all know. And most people consider that a really bad thing. They look at it as a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons. But I don't. I don't think of it as something that's necessarily a negative thing. And a quote that really sums the reason for that is, "All happiness depends on a leisurely breakfast." I completely agree with that wholeheartedly. And for two reasons. One, it gives you a peace of mind. And two, it starts your day off right. So I'm sure everyone has, woken up, kind of rolled over, looked at their clock, and was like, I should have been there 5 minutes ago. Oh my God. You hop out of bed, you get ready really quick, you throw your hair up, and you get in your car, and then you're on the freeway, and you're trying to get there, and you realize there is nonstop traffic, I can't catch a break, this guy is swerving, he's stopping on his brakes, what is happening? Happens to everyone, happens all the time. But once you get there, you're finally there, you're settled, you're like, okay, got this. I forgot everything I needed for this day. I forgot my notebook, I forgot my pen, I forgot everything I possibly needed. And all that is because you woke up in a rush, you were rushing, you weren't thinking of what you needed, and the main reason why you woke up that day, you completely forgot because you weren't taking your time to realize what you needed. So because of that, if you had a breakfast, if you took your time, if you sat down and kind of got yourself together, you would have realized, all right, I'm late, that's fine, but at least I'll come prepared. The next reasoning, it gives you a peace of mind knowing that you're sitting there and it starts your day off right. If you're able to sit there and have a meal and think to yourself, God, I really don't want to do what I'm about to do today, but I'm going to make it worth it. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to find things that I want to do in the bad that I have to do today. I'm going to make sure I have my notebook. I'm going to make sure I have my pen. I'm going to make sure that I have everything I need so that maybe I'm bored, maybe I'm not where I want to be, but afterwards I have a peace of mind and I'm ready for this day. And then afterwards I can do what I want to do and not be rushed and not constantly be thinking, oh God, what am I going to do? I can't make it. I'm not going to be there on time. Everyone's going to notice that I'm late. You're going to be fine because you had that time to yourself. And that's why that quote is something that I support completely. Everyone needs a leisurely breakfast in the morning.
I like the self-reference in your attention device. That personalizes it a little bit, and you've got a very clear statement of the thesis in the speech. There's an excellent layout of what the points are that you're going to talk about. That makes it pretty easy for us to follow what comes. There's not a huge amount of detail on some of the illustrations that you have, but I think you get to the essentials on those points and explain them pretty well. I appreciated that you had something to say on each of the points that you were talking about. The second one maybe was a little bit more obscure than the first one, but the idea, I do think that there are distinct ideas there. They're not just the same thing and you're wandering around in the same desert over and over again. Presentation issues, your voice projects quite well. There's a lot of variety and inflection there. The one thing that I think is noticeable is that it is rushing a bit, and as a consequence, a couple of things feel a bit abrupt. Like your conclusion, it really felt like you hit the brakes all of a sudden and took a sharp left turn and we were done. Even though I thought that you did a very nice job saying and reminding us what the point was that you were trying to make. So I think it would have been more effectively said if you had kind of paced yourself a little bit more leisurely. which apparently is a problem here when it comes to your timing. That's, that's a personal reference that you could use in that situation. There are lots of energetic gestures. You look like you're engaged with the audience. You're looking at everybody. Your facial expressions are quite animated while you're talking to us. There was one spot at the beginning where it looked a little bit awkward because you had your ankles crossed while you were talking, but after that I thought you grew more confident as you were speaking, so there was less of those sorts of things. And like I said, I thought the exit was excellent because the idea that you had, but it's hampered a little bit by the delivery that goes there. And you'll have to listen back to see what I'm talking about. A lot of these comments, they don't mean anything until you see the context yourself. Okay? Thank you.